is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
Right, now people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. Right, she'll example that fallen verses, man. In the book of man. You got the law. She was in the car. Back and forth, empty. Back and forth, empty. Nothing on it. She got a bad track for it.
You think that's
some of them on my little man, don't come to me, FBI agents and stuff, man. Our people mad, man. And also our people on these churches and stuff, man. They're mad too, man. Look at, man, she out of order, man. She represents the whole nation of Israel is out of order.
And she's bearing false witness.
And she's bearing false witness, man.
This is Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord, Yahweh, shall smite thee with madness.
Right, with madness, go ahead.
And blindness.
And blindness, right? She blind, man.
And astonishment of heart.
And astonishment of the heart, man. Right, so she's crazy and she's blind, man. Right, she don't know what the hell going on, man. She don't know that this is coming. Right? She don't know that there's October 18th. That this American dollar to go obsolete, man. She don't know that. She don't know that the troopers she don't know that the people troopers and that's been the statue like that.
This is Deuteronomy 5:20. Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Right. Exodus 20:16. Right. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
And those shit will call us FBI force and rapists. And she said, don't forget that.
We are not police. That's a police officer right there.
Right.
Right. And I hope he comes and gets you.
Right.
Because you're
harassment.
Because you're harassing us. He asked you, why are you bothering us? We're not bothering you. This tape, we're teaching people on the internet. Secondly, that's our defense against liars like you. Because you can come and you can say whatever you want. And that camera is our evidence that we have done nothing to you. That we have said nothing to you. You're bearing false witness, and the Lord will destroy you for that. Right, exactly. You got two men that just walked by all effeminate, all right? And she had nothing to say about that. Right. But men standing up here professing the truth of the Bible, professing the truth of the Lord, all right?
And you got a beard, though.
Right.
You got long hair under there.
Yeah, you. The Lord don't deal with women like that.
It's 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
I suffer what?
Not a woman to teach.
Yeah, her mother's a shaman. A shaman, a woman can't be no shaman, man. Right? A woman can't be nothing. A woman do shut her damn mouth, suck her back there, and shut up and learn, man. As her husband at home. That's what a woman supposed to do, man. She clearly not doing, man. And she come up here spreading Right, go ahead.
It says, nor to usurp authority over the man.
Nor to what?
Nor to usurp authority over the man.
Nor to usurp authority over the man. That's what she doing, man. Raise her voice to the congregation, man. Alright? So back in ancient times, man, she'll get stoned to death, man.
It says, but to be in silence.
To be what?
To be in silence.
She be in silence? No. she's not being a Jehovah's son.
Yeah, this woman is hung out and bearing false witness. And this is Ezekiel 34 and 1. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord power. So every couple seconds, the light changes. You change lives more than you change underwear.
Somebody get that, the head is God, the head is woman.
I actually love women. I don't hate women at all. I hate women like you who bear false witness, but I don't hate women.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. It said, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. Go ahead.
And the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh.
All right, so that's completely order, man. Like I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 4, they have to be done in decent and order, man. All right, you're not decent and you're not in order, man. All right, no. Go ahead.
This is verse 9. It says, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Read that again.
It says, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
All right, so the woman been created for the man. The word woman means servant of man. All right, that's the purpose of the woman, to serve men, man. All right,
Matter of fact, the very word woman means servant.
Yep.
When you look the word up, when you look the word up, the word woman means servant.
Yep.
And who is that woman a servant to? Her husband. To her man.
I got to push
Go
up.
ahead.
This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
So, go ahead.
Read it again,
Read it again,
This is Ephesians 5 and 22.
So now a new lie. Like I said, it's like every 2 minutes you change lives. You don't need to know how many lives are.
Ephesians 5 and 22, it says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. It's just the spirit to show that you're obedient unto the Lord. You know? Because that's who the Lord put over you. So what this woman is saying is what that's not.
Exactly. And she has
That's
nothing
it.
to say.
It's too far past when I was coming up. She didn't say shit on me.
Say to her, man.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. It says, for after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Right. She's not subjected to anybody, man. She with her own doctrine, man. She leads to her understanding. Like it says, now through Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Go ahead.
It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Calling him Lord. All right.
It goes into the word kurios, which means supremacy, supreme in authority, controller, Mr., as a respectful title, God, Lord, Master, Servant.
She's trying to tell us something. Somebody get Deuteronomy 22:5. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. That's one of the reasons why these people are bugged out. Because every order that the Lord gave, it's a spirit that goes with what it's adorned as, what it's dressed as. Just like we're dressed as the Lord, you know, we put on the spirit of the Lord. There's certain order and things and guards that you would have to wear that represented back in the ancient world that you were Israelite, man.
And you know, I was noticing on the news, I was watching with my damn demon and how they kept showing different jakes. And the news broadcasters actually have beards on their face. And you know, in braids, well, not braids, they won't let them wear braids. They let them wear dreads, unlawful dreadlocks, but they won't let them wear braids. But nevertheless, you got Jake on there with big hair and beards on their face now. Man, what you're seeing is the power, the grip of Esau being broken. His vibration is crumbling, man. He's losing his power, and so we should be teaching about that and what's going on in this society. But yet we got to deal with a demon who told about 20 lies on us, and every 2 minutes the lie changed.
Right.
Every time she got cut with a scripture, she would come up with another lie, man. You know, and nobody was bothered. She said we were blocking the sidewalk. People can walk by. We're not blocking the sidewalk at all, man.
I got Proverbs 28.
Let's go right ahead. You got it. 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is Yahweh, thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down to the fire in the streets. Right? And the Lord gave her up to that bugged out mindset that she's in, man. You know, she's called us all these names, and a couple of Sodomites walked right by, and she had nothing to say to them. Right? Nothing at all, man. But the Lord is the one that put that perverse spirit on her that got her off and bugged out in the head, man. Because she was actually believing the lies she was saying, man. She was believing it. And a woman like that, you know, hey, she might have been a damn terror, man. A woman like that is the type woman that got Jake hung, man. Back in the day, man. Saying that her husband was dead. But you know what? He's better off. Death would be better than to be stuck in the house with a woman like that, man.
She been in drove him, man.
Yeah, he'd be bugged out of it. He'd be a drunk, dying with a bad kidney and liver by now, man.
Yeah, I was like, hey, go ahead, leave this alone, stuff like that. They preach the word.
Right. The dude, Jake came by smoking a cigarette. It was like, why you bothering them, man? Because you can see that she was it's clear to the naked eye. I hope she goes home and watch a video and sober up and realize, damn, I was being a real bitch. You know? Because, hey, look, the doors of mercy is closing on you, for you Jakes, man. Because you heathens, there ain't no mercy coming to y'all at all. Anyway, so, you know, just do you. You know, you good, brother. Just walk on by. Just do you. There's no mercy coming to you heathens, man. None. All right? But for Jake, the doors of mercy are still open, man. All right? And you think it was an accident that they wouldn't put that COVID testing right next to the camp where the brothers teach at? They did that on purpose, man. They did that on purpose. All the space over there. They could have put them in the corner, but they put them right next to where the camp teach, man. Knowing that the brothers was gonna be there. All right. Because this is a wicked society, and this society is completely against any form of truth. That's why you never see the truth on the news, man. All right. Anything that's being broadcast on the mainstream media is a lie or it's propaganda. All right. It's you. Look. This society does not, has not, and will not benefit from a well-informed population of people. If the people in America were truly well-informed, they'd be rioting and burning this place up, man. They'd be burning down every state building, every place with a political leader. A lot of them would be hung already. If the people truly were informed to how wrong they're being done by their government, man.
Gift destroys the heart, you know. So that's why.
Right, you get. Come, say it again,
A
brother.
gift destroys the heart, you know. It's why it's so cool and cool spoon and stuff, you know.
Right? A gift meaning destroying the heart, meaning the mind. Right? You mad and pissed at somebody, and all of a sudden they give you a gift, and you forget why you mad at them. Because you're too busy enjoying these goodies, and that's what the government does, man.
Hey, but they're actually running out. A lot of these people are starting to go, not just fucking get angry, but they actually are going mad, which is the old English way of saying to go crazy. Like, you coming into people, they get in the arguments, they're yelling on trains. Shit, last week, what was it, the muscular dude, he came by, he was crying,
like they stole everything.
Yeah. Oh, they stole the stuff.
Yeah, because you know we were about to go off the bump and shit. I'm about to grab his legs and talk. But then he was like, then he screamed, they
Just
stole
walk right on by
everything.
you,
He screamed, they stole everything from me.
And you know, if the sidewalk is free, y'all can walk right by.
So me and the hub was like, hey, he catch your feet up.
That's nothing. This is
Yeah, that's nothing.
right. It's like happening every day in multiple places. Like he talks about my house, some random dude hopped up on some niggas, facing back to him like he knew him, and then dude, he choked him out. And dude woke up like, I guess like a few minutes later, the police would come to 30 minutes later. Oh, what's going on, brother? Yeah, man, how you doing, man? But shit, that shit actually fucked me up a little bit. But no, he choked the guy out, and the police would come to 30 minutes later, and he said he didn't even know the dude, man. You know, it was just some lady crying sign on the train, talking about she was mad about this. She's sick and tired of people fucking with her. And a lot of these people was fucking mad.
Hey,
And
you're
the-
right, brother.
this is
Look,
what we-
on my way here, I did a lesson. All right, I did a before I came here. I did a lesson in the park, and there was a woman who perceived to be she looked like an Edomite. I don't know if she is, but she was singing on the microphone. She was trying to hustle. All right, across the street from her was a nigga woman sitting there crying and scoffing at her. She mad that her girl was on the corner singing because she wanted to be on that corner singing, and she was mad. She was like, she's stealing my few dollars. She said the difference is that she's singing to make a few dollars and I'm singing to survive. And she over there bawling and crying and sighing and crying. And I'm thinking to myself, then you know what? You shouldn't have slept in. You should have got up and been on that. And if you feel like that's the better spot to be singing at, you should have been there before her. All right? Meanwhile, while that's going on, just like these guys, except the Rough Riders and the Fast and the Furious came by. The guys came by in their cars, revving their engines and stuff, and then the dudes came by on the quads and the motorcycles all popping doing willies, man. All right, looking like it's the pre-purge ceremony, man. And knowing what's going to go on tonight, that half the police force is not going to be on duty starting tonight or tomorrow, man. You don't know what's going to happen out here, man. When the sun go down, that's literally what it looked like. With all those guys doing willies and stuff. All right, it looked like you were watching the opening scenes of The Purge.
I keep getting scripture, but the spirit can go this way, that way. Jeremiah 30, verse 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman travail, all faces are turned to pelvis. Right, because you just mentioned the purge, man. This is the beginning stage of the purge, man. Of the purge, man.
Shit,
Go ahead.
they were just listening to shit. The woman got wrecked on the corner in front of the riders. They didn't do shit.
Wait, in front of the riders?
In front of the riders.
In what city?
Shit, was in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah, 35-year-old man in Pennsylvania man faced rape and assault charges. You know, shit, they said they was just sitting there.
They've been programmed and
Shit, they didn't do shit.
Damn,
They
man.
just sit there, they just filmed with their phones.
Pretty much, yeah. They
That's
didn't
what
do shit.
Esau
Nobody
did.
stopped.
Esau
Did they think that he knew her or some shit?
I mean, would that make a difference? Like, shit? In this society, if somebody.
Well,
so
because
wild,
I mean,
they-
I've seen people like, damn near screw in public.
Oh,
Like couples. So, I mean, I don't know.
That's
If she wasn't screaming and fighting, that's a bugged out story.
And she was screaming, fight. Because that's on her like 5-10 years ago, more than that. We done did something. They done stomped that dude out.
Yeah, he'd have got, yeah.
Right. He done got the fox.
That's just a bugged out story, man. Damn.
Yep.
But he keeps saying that sort of thing's gonna happen, man.
These scary times, man. All these tough manly guys, red American men with their red plaid shirts on, just on their
Man,
cars.
half these men got the man bun on,
Right.
you know.
Alright, verse 7, Jeremiah 30, alas, for that day is so great, so that is none like it, that's none like it, man, like the brother brought up, that the woman got raped in front of everybody, man. That should have never happened years ago. Downtown, the shootings, that should have never happened
Yeah,
years ago.
they keep. I'm there every day.
Right.
At Damon, Milwaukee, North Avenue, man. I'm there every day, man, and it's been like they had a mass shooting there. What was that? A couple days ago, and then they had another shooting last night. Yesterday, broad daylight, some dude came up, and shot some Edomite in his car. That's what I'm talking about. The hedge is being taken from around Edom, man. All right, they're not safe in their own society anymore. All right, the shelter, the gated neighborhoods, and the expensive neighborhoods, and all that. It's not helping them anymore, man. Yeah. God.
And the curses, somebody get the curses come off
I
us.
had clients in there back in the day, man. And the people living there got money, man.
This is Deuteronomy 30.
You can walk right by, it's okay.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "In the Lord."
No disrespect.
No, it's all good, but all that stopping and stuttering, just walk. It's okay.
It says, Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, "In the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee,
On them that hate thee,
which persecute thee."
and persecute thee. Somebody get Amos Psalms 8:3.
Kind of who's being persecuted more than the Israelites? You know, more than the people on that side. Nobody. But now, let's see. Now Esau's catching hell, and now he's claiming we. You know, this whole 99%ers, we and us. It wasn't we and us in the 80s. It wasn't we and us in the 60s and the 70s. All right? It was just us being persecuted, man. Being the downtrodden. But now they're losing. Now that the middle class has been practically destroyed. All right?
Amos 1:7. He said, but I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof, and I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod and him. Okay, it says, thus, Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Right, so when I captivity under Edom, went down to Spain, the Lord going down and ruled all of them, because they had that fact. All right?
Oh yeah, they hide that.
They had that big tag. And then when Esau stepped foot up here where the northern kingdom was, he had no mercy on them, man. He conquered them, slayed them, split the women open, bashed the kids, like kids across the stone by the boat, by the men, go around,
Throw them in Russian rivers and let the rivers wash them away.
chop their heads off, they kicked it, that was soccer game, man. All right, Esau was brutal. Then he took their land and shit. Then he took out them. He said, "Who's the end of the $5 man?" He's everybody else selling himself. Then he brought the so-called Negroes over and enslaved the so-called Native Americans. Then the so-called Native Americans shook the one side of the world, man. And then terrorized over the day they still get terrorized. And they've been traumatized and shit. And they've been brainwashed. They think somebody else outside of them. Right? So this devil had no mercy on us today, man. Right? He doing it wackly, he just he didn't get the blessings and the promises of the get.
That's right.
Which is the sacred covenant, which is immortality, which is spiritual power, 6,000. And the roots of this world and the galaxy, man.
That's right, man. He's angry, he's upset. And he got a temporary blessing, all right, which is this now present world, and his time is up.
Yep.
All right?
Revelation
His
12.
rulership is coming to an end, he's losing his kingdom. It's over.
And he just like in Isaiah chapter 3, that little child, man. What little child? When a child 10 playing to run out, he goes into the treasure, man.
God.
And he had this attitude, and he can't have it nobody.
And that's why he's destroying so much.
Yep.
That's why look, this under his rulership, you can't drink the water in a lot of places. You got bad water, there's no nutrients in the food. Everybody's sick, everybody's on all kind of petroleum-based medicines that make you sick, right? The food, the water, the air, everything is corrupt under the rulership of this man, of these people, man. And the world was not like that when they were in rulership. All this happened on their watch, right? All of a sudden, a man can't even travel. You gotta have their documents to travel, man.
Look at what yesterday, what you point at, your heart deserves the best. You see they got lard coming up.
Lard, coconut.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Your
this
heart
up.
deserves the best, but he's gonna give you lard.
Let's put this up. Can you see that? Right.
Yes, sir.
It got lard. This man, this is called a man of prediction, man. Man, destroy. He want to destroy you, man. And he doing this in a human sense way, where he's trying to explain
Right. This is just to back you up on that. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies.
Right.
Ye are all physicians of no value.
your position of life, man. Right? You lie, man. And you just advertise that this food will not all this stuff, all these and everything.
That's poison,
It's poison.
which is bad for the human body.
It's really aimed at the 12 tribes of Israel. And they like to fight each other and all that stuff, man. And fuck them for all they pump their pocket.
That's your question.
Yeah, yo, what's your question, brother?
Are we the examples?
Are we the examples? Well, we are. I don't know your works and what you do.
We're the
That's the only
examples.
reason I say that.
Are the Israelites examples?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. We're the light of the world right now. The only truth that's being
then again, there was a prophet that that God actually put out. He messed up himself.
Which prophet is that?
He was going, and the reason why he messed up himself, right, is because this will show the world what the Israelites are going to do to God. See,
What the Israelites are going to do to God?
yes,
Okay, well, no one can do anything to God.
yes, okay. Understand?
No one can do anything to the Lord.
Because a lot of the Israelites come
They're under the curses. Those are the curses that they follow.
Deuteronomy
Yeah,
28.
Deuteronomy. Just walk right on by. It's okay. You don't have to duck and none of that. Just walk by.
Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, that's what the curses are. And that was part of the curses. That I should be evil toward that brother.
Go ahead, brother, real quick. This is the reason why. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. It says, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. So, one, no, there's nothing you can do towards the Most High. The Most High, he makes all the just pieces therefore as he called the Most High.
And that's so
and that's the reason why we are judged and we are in this
And that's
condition
so
that we
true.
are right now.
And again, why we don't judge ourselves before we judge others? Why? Because we made that shortcome.
Well, correction on two things. We do judge ourselves. That's why we out here. All right. We have to. There's a couple. Listen to me, brother. There's a couple things that we have. We have to eat the roll, which means read the whole book,
Yes,
and then we have to follow the law to the best of our ability.
yes.
And then we have to come out and do this work in truth and sincerity. If you do this work falsely, we'll be put to death, man. We're out here because we're afraid of the Lord. All right, so we are being an example to our people. We're telling our people the truth, man. All right, and I can see. I think right now, brother, you have a zeal for this, but not according to knowledge. So please let us share some of it, because you got Yeshua on your hat, but there's no E or U in Hebrew. All right, that's the Yiddish form of it, which is a admixture that came much later. In the proper term, the proper way the Hebrew would be written like this. All right, there's no E. There's 22 characters, 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet. But when you add the E, and you add the U, and you add the V, all right, and the O, now it's 26, just like the American alphabet. And now you got vowel sounds, those long vowel sounds in the language that people get intermediate. And that was done by a man named Eleazar Ben Yehuda in the 1800s. He added those letters to the Hebrew alphabet, which ended up doing what? Perverting the actual name. The Lord's name is Yahweh Shai, not Yeshua. There is no U, there is no E. All right, there is no V, and there is no O in Hebrew.
Yeah, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. For then I will turn to the people a pure language.
A pure language. Get Acts 26, 15.
That they may call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent.
One consent. So I can't be calling on Yahweh Shai, you calling on Yeshua, and they calling on Jesus. That's confusion. He said with one consent, one name. That's that confusion that Christianity brought, man.
But it's
All right.
don't you find it so
Wait, real quick, brother. Hold that thought. Please hold it. You said don't I find it ironic. I want you to hold that thought. Bring that out, brother.
This is Acts.
You can walk right by. It's okay, man. Sidewalk's free.
This is Acts 26 and 15. It says, and I said, who art thou, Lord? It says, and he said, I am.
Go up a little bit ahead of that so we understand. Because this is basically, Paul had been blinded. He's on his way to Damascus to meet Peter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He's either on his way from it or to it. But anyway, he's on his way to meet Peter. He's been blinded. All right? And so this is what happened. And not only Paul, but everyone that was with him, all the men that were traveling with him. Read.
This is Acts 26 and 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
Wait, when he was speaking, he spoke in what tongue?
Hebrew tongue.
And then read what it says.
It says, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
So that means this whole conversation that the Lord is having with Paul is in Hebrew. All right? Even though it's written in English, but he's letting you know this was in Hebrew. So when the Lord spoke, he didn't speak Greek, he didn't speak our Lord and Savior sprang out of Judah. All right? He came out of Judah. All right, go ahead.
And it says, verse 15,
All right.
and I said, who art thou, Lord? It says, and he said, I am Yahweh Shai.
He said, I am Yahweh Shai. It says Jesus, but we know that Jesus and Joshua is the same name. All right, and they both mean, and Joshua and Jesus both mean Savior. And once you add the Yah, it means He. So He saves. He is the Savior. All right. So His name is Yahweh Shai, and they got the whole world seeing Jesus, and that's a lie. As a matter of fact, when you break down Jesus, you know what it means? Earth pig. G and sus means earth pig. You call him the Lord of abomination, abominable beast that you're not even supposed to eat. Yet our people still eat. Hey, it's people, it's okay. It's people that ate bacon this morning. They get ready to go have a burger with bacon on it in a few minutes.
So, but we teach some people like, but we teach people that, right?
That's why we out here, bro. And that's why we're being the example. So that's why I have to correct you on what you said. We are being the example. And we're risking our lives and our freedom to do it. Anybody can approach us and harm us out here pushing this truth, man. That we're doing what the Lord told us to do, man. And people get upset. People get upset when you hit it, especially when the truth cuts. And especially if you living your life not according to godliness, and then here's a man pointing you in your face, showing you what you wicked at. That incites people, man. Nobody want to, especially they walk around smoking blunts, smoking cigarettes, eating abominable foods. Now you telling me I can't have my Newports and my pig?
What do you think about
People
this?
get upset about things that small, man.
So crazy, huh?
It's crazy. Or how many dudes is gonna get up with some girl tonight and she got a whole man already? All right, a lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of these dudes is driving by and on the bus right now. The only way to get them some cheeks, and guess what? Them cheeks belong to another man. And they think they're getting away with it. They not. The Lord gonna put them to death, man. The punishment for that in the Bible is death. All right.
Matthew 23:31. Wherefore ye be witnesses of yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
Right. And so, hey, somebody grab Galatians 4:16. Our people get angry when the truth come out, bro.
True.
They get angry. They get combative.
Because the truth hurts.
Right. The truth hurts. We live in a society where a woman has been. You can walk right by. It's okay. We live in a society where a woman has been raised up, not only equal, but above the man. So when you read the Bible and it puts the woman back in her place, women get upset.
True.
And it was like, wait, you was a whole Jesus freak 2 minutes ago until we read you the scriptures that you're not equal to a man.
True.
Now all of a sudden they don't. Well, who then man wrote that Bible? Wait a minute, you was singing the praise of Jesus a minute ago. All right.
It's,
19th Amendment.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 16, it says, am I therefore
We don't
become-
say that word, brother. They'll kill our video just for saying that.
Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Right? Read it again. Call it and read it again.
It's Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Right? Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? You tell people the truth, you become their enemy, man. All right?
True.
They don't want to hear the truth, man. They want to hear something that sounds good to them. All right? That smooth stuff. Y'all be going with all that truth and shit. I'm trying to hear all that.
In the book of Timothy,
You know?
people
Go
buy
ahead,
what they
brother.
want to hear.
This Hebrews 4:12. It said, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
It cuts.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart.
Uh-huh. And people get upset when their wickedness is revealed. Or a light is shining up. You know? That's why most sins, I'm not gonna say all, but the majority of sins are done in darkness, man. And why are most sins done in the darkness? Because people don't want to be seen. Because inherently they know they're wrong. All right? They know they're wrong. That's why most guys, when they creep, or most women when they creep, you can walk right by, it's okay. You don't have to go in the street. Look, that's why when most guys or women creep, all right, it's usually done under the cover of darkness. Why? Because inherently they know what they're doing is wrong.
You walk back.
Okay? You can walk right by, it's okay. Go ahead.
It's Sirach, Ecclesiastes, Apocrypha, chapter 23, verse 16. It says, two sorts of men multiply sin, and a third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire, it will never be quenched till it be consumed. A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire. It says, all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he dies.
Speak up, brother.
It says a man that breaketh wedlock did adultery, saying thus in his heart, who seeth?
Right? He went right because he waited for the sun to go down. He waited for dude to go on that trip, to go to work, and he became that back door, the side door guy. Right? Right. Right. The side nigga coming in the side door. My man going out the front door with his lunch pail, going to earn them dollars to keep that roof over their head, keep that woman happy. All right? That myth, happy wife, happy life. No. Right? And as soon as he get gone, within 5 minutes, man, you know, the side dude coming in the side door. Probably came in through the alley too, so the neighbors wouldn't see it.
It says, I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me.
Right, the walls coming us with the dark, and I'm tearing these cheeks up. And he probably is, doing it well too. Go ahead.
It says, nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
Hey, but the scripture said that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, man. All right?
Verse 19, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
There it is, man. Somebody get Luke 8:17 by my shot.
It says, behold all the ways of men, and consider the most secret parts. And that's talking about the stuff that goes on in your mind.
You can walk right by, it's okay. I'll be positive.
You can probably get the block. You know, the scripture also talks about when you look at another woman and stuff, if she has a man, you already committed adultery.
Time, man. You look at a very attractive woman. I mean, we met. But the moment I see a ring or see any inkling, and she will, you know, if I see the dude walk up and stand next to her, immediately, she's gone. Out my mind. You know? Because that's somebody more.
17. It said, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
So it's nothing that we can do. That's why it's best to confess your sins. Right? You know, like you'll have a brother to do something wrong, and then his spirit will be so heavy, he'll just say, hey, look, I went off, I did this, that, and the other. You know, and then the spirit deal with him. Sometimes there might be a punishment, there may not be. But the point is, he admitted it before the Lord in the church. You know what I'm saying? I got to push up.
It said, for nothing. It said, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known come abroad.
Because, it always, and then sometimes it can come out years later, sometimes it come out the next day, 2 months later, you don't know, but it's gonna come out. It always comes out, man. So, knowing that and believing that makes me afraid to go off. That makes me afraid to go against the Lord, man. Yesterday, I'm going off right now. It wasn't my fault, though. I thought you could walk right by, it's okay. I went yesterday to get a haircut. Girl gave me a perfect haircut, and she lined up beside me right here. Straight lines. We ain't supposed to do that. It pissed me off. I was like, damn, it's perfect. She was like, no line. She had to get me though. Because you know, with a barber, they don't feel right unless they
programmed.
Yeah, she was programmed. Yeah, she had to put her signature on it. And so at the end, she's like, so you don't want me to trim your beard? Nothing. I said, well, you can trim it a little bit, but you know, that trim it didn't mean, I just told you no lines.
That's why I read this scripture, Isaiah 10:5.
You know? She been programmed. So she, you know, she trimmed it down a little bit, but she snuck these in. she talking to me, and you know, she was really like heavy Christian, and it was all on my shoulders, so I was distracted, like, you know. So I mean, you know.
That's when our people sick, man. She been indoctrinated to get the line.
And in her mind, that was the conversation me and Shamal were having. In her mind, she was hooking me up. In her mind, she was doing me a great service. But basically, you know, King David went here now, he would tell me to go out of his presence until that's, you know, wrong back. You know? Matter of fact, if he were here now, I wouldn't even came before. I'd have just waited. Right, I'd have been like, my Lord, I would be, right? I wouldn't even came, man.
I don't feel him a nice man.
It's done.
I feel him a nice marinated lamb. He's not here.
You know?
How many brothers is it? Are you guys downtown?
We're all over. It's a lot of us. That's our brothers over there.
I know, I see.
We got brothers. Yeah, brothers in Hyde Park right now. It's too many of us to all get together in one spot. That's why we spread out now.
You should do it though.
Well, every now and then, on
Let's go
special
to Lincoln
occasions.
Park.
Every now and then we get together, you know. But it's usually on special occasions. We have visitors. You know, one of the elders. We got one of the elders. But just
It'd be good for y'all to take over Lincoln Park.
but just to be in so that we don't have issues with our enemies, we don't do that. That's why we don't do it. So the police don't bother us. We don't have a problem with them. Most police that try to work this beat, they know who we are. We've been out here for 13 years. They know that we are the shitstormers. You might get cussed out or told the truth, you know, at the same time, because cussing out usually the truth is involved in that. But, you know, we're not out here harming people or anything like that. They know that.
I got a piece of it further. This is the reason why we don't do it. We don't gather. We're not gathering large groups, man. It's broken down, and we do it this way. Because it's still reaching the people who is meant to be.
Right, and then this way, by spreading out like that, the message is more broad. You understand? We doing the works are greater. Just like we spread out all over the country. In Chicago, we spread out all over the city.
We couldn't see the country. Right. This isn't a physical thing. It's like we're spiritual. But this is Romans 3 and 5. It says, but if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say? The Most High and the righteous will take vengeance. Meaning, if you fucked up, then you expect to not get fucked up and get called the Lord and the righteous for getting your ass back. Because those people that react like that, they react off of carnality. They're trying to build up in the society physically, have a military to take down the government, that's going to be brought down. The Lord's going to take vengeance on that because he wants to get the man that's at the top that's fucking up this man. It says, I speak as a man, the Most High forbid. For then, how shall the Most High judge the world? Because that's how the Lord's going to judge the world in righteousness. For if the truth of the Most High has more abounded through my lie unto his glory, why yet am I also judged as a sinner? So if we was to go off and do such things, although we're preaching a peaceful message, if we would go off and do the same thing, well, we'd be caught up in that too. So it's not for our benefit, but it's saying the Lord's going to judge in this manner. He's going to judge. He's going to judge according to those who not following this way, man. You know, which is a path of peace. We're not going out there and rounding up rocket launchers and guns.
It's Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of me. Yeah, we don't need
We don't need the whole camp. Like I said, our camp is too big for all of us to gather in one spot. That's why we spread out. Right? We spread out, like I said, matter of fact, you know, like I said, it's too many of us. Man, we take up the whole, half the damn block, man. It's too many of us. Right? So we spread out so that the word goes out, man. Right? Like before we were here, before we came over here, the Sakari was right here. They had another group that was teaching right here. So this word it's got to go out, man.
I mean, it's beautiful because I was thinking about it. I was saying maybe some pastor, right? Got this big old idea. He says to the congregation, come meet me somewhere big. Come meet me somewhere big and I'm going to preach everything. I'm going to show you everything. So guess what the congregation goes? Congregation says, well, I got something to do. I got something to do. I got something to do. But the pastor goes, hey, I need you all to come out because I want you to see who I am. And the congregation goes, no, we got things to do. We got things to do. But the pastor goes, hey, I want you guys to come out. But the congregation will pick up their books, their phone books, and everything, and tell the pastor they can't come out because
You changed hats.
they're afraid.
Oh, okay.
Never be afraid. Never.
Okay, brother. You're right.
He's coming back.
It says that we must
Very
be
soon.
we must be bold as lions, man. When we're teaching this
And
truth.
who's bold as lions?
We have to be bold as lions.
We are.
That's right. As a matter of fact, what's it, Solomon?
Moses was bold. Moses was bold, right?
Matter of fact, brother, stand like right there so you don't block the sidewalk. Block the shop.
Moses was bold, right? Joshua was bold, right?
You got it, brother.
Elijah was bold, right?
5:1. He said, then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
By us doing this, like we said, putting our faces, we going up on the internet, man. You know, I have a saying that I say before in all my videos, and it's not just some moniker. I say it because I actually mean it. We're risking our lives and our freedom to do so. We risk our lives and our freedom to do this work, man. Because like I said, we out here in the elements, in season, out of season. But if it's 30 below zero, guess what? We out here doing this work. If it's 105 degrees, we out here doing this work. All right. If it's raining, we got umbrellas and we out here doing this work, man. So regardless, and in the face of our enemies, man, and they see it. But you know what? Since this word has been going out on the scale that it has, look what it's doing to this place. All right, this place is crumbling. Like I said, man, we're witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom, man. We're watching their kingdom crumble literally right before our eyes, man. And this is not something that, I mean, we're right there on the cusp of all hell breaking loose. Like I said, 47,000, not 47,000, but 4,700 Chicago PD about to early retire. All right, and then you got, yeah, you can't never say that word, right? And then you got another amount of them are just gonna quit and walk away. So, and that's gone into effect as of yesterday or last night. So I don't know when that's gonna push into effect tonight.
Yeah.
One of the brothers was showing me on Facebook how you already had groups talking about looting and stuff. So and the violence is already out of control in Chicago, man. And it's not just Chicago. It's out of control across the country, man. Say. The lease line did not cross up. Yeah, so it's gonna be a whole lot of that going on, man. Except it's gonna be yellow and red tape. Right?
He said, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
Right, they made no account of our labors, man. None. All right? Off these people on this side, America was built up to where it is today. All right?
I got to it yesterday on social media, this Appalachian Club. So even like say the Irish, and they was in slavery. I said, look,
Those Irish had black four daddies.
that's what I said. I said, look, those Irish slaves, the Negro slaves, and those Indian slaves are the ancestors of the so-called Negroes in America.
That's
I said,
right.
They made many contributions. Then the ministry started race all my ancestors. They was cut, man.
Yeah, they was cut.
Yeah. Right? And that they diminish our contribution. Then they're gonna say, oh, the Jewish people. I said, that was us. Then the administrator have to erase the rest of my ancestors.
Right now,
Right.
I'm breaking down a video that was put up about the Maccabean revolt by Kings and Generals channel.
Oh man.
And it open, and I'm enjoying it. I already, you know,
That's a damn good
I did
channel.
two parts. I did two 13-minute videos on it, and that was just part 1A and 1B. So I'm gonna try to go through the video is 25 minutes long. So I'm gonna try to go, you know, like every 3 or 4 minutes until I'm done with it, and just break it down. And it opens up. It's got a 9 candle and an 8 candle menorah. It's showing you the Jews, the Maccabean revolt, as being Edomites. All right, and so I mean, basically, it's the easy thing to destroy. So it's like if they can't even tell the truth about the true appearance of this particular thing, right? You know, you can just walk by, it's okay. If you can't even tell the truth about, matter of fact, about the menorah, because you know they were talking about this is Hanukkah is a big part of Jewish tradition. I'm like, hold on, the Maccabees didn't call themselves Jewish. They weren't Jews. That came after the fact. All right. As a matter of fact, it's John Hyrcanus, which was one of the Maccabees. All right. What he did was he converted a bunch of Edomites, and that's where that term Jewish came from. All right.
So like you know, it's just funny. He got 2 skeletons on the back of his jacket that says early retirement. You just spoke about that.
Damn. You can't. Hey, the Lord always sends you an example, man. All right. So, you know, that is a good channel, but I found that it's really good to use for edification because I find myself correcting and filling in the gaps of all the stuff that he leaves out because he gives that history from a very white perspective, which is all a lie, man. All right, it's all a lie. The Maccabees, and they would never be able to make them. As a matter of fact, I think the name of the video is the Maccabean revolt, the anti-Hellenistic, or the anti-Hellenic revolt. All right, and that period of the Maccabees, that was that 400-year period between the Old Testament and the New Testament. Right? Christianity leaves that point that out. It goes straight from the Babylonian and the Assyrian captivity, straight flops, does a damn kung fu flip over the Greek and goes right to the Roman captivity. So this is why there's so much confusion in the understanding of the Bible about the Gentiles and the strangers and that whole sort of thing, is because the history of the Greek, you can walk right by, it's okay. The history of the Greek captivity is omitted from Christianity. All right, and you even have Israelites who teach and omitting that history, man. All right, so that's a big problem. And so with him and then the history that he's bringing out, all the history is found in the Apocrypha, in the Bible. And I'm looking at the comment board. I'm gonna have fun with this, man. Because one brother put up in how he's got a King James Bible without the Apocrypha, but his King James Bible is referencing apocryphal scriptures that's not in his Bible.
Wow.
I'm like,
crazy,
damn,
man.
right? He's like, well, hold on, man. They saying that this apocrypha not represented in my Bible, telling me to go to the apocrypha. Where is it?
Right.
I'm right. It's Malachi, then Matthew. Everything in between is, you know, there's nothing here. Nothing here to see.
Go to that invisible wall right there.
They're right. You walk right by, it's okay.
They teach wide and wide.
I thought she was about to give you a kiss, huh?
They did wide gaps. They did
I think
wide
she was
gaps.
in love. She was betwixt.
That's all right. That's right there.
They teach wide and wide gaps. They teach right up the history, then they do the wide gaps and shit.
Huh?
Right.
It's okay. Yeah, so, you know, by omitting that history, that's why it's so much confusion. All right? That's why so much confusion in people who subscribe to Christianity. Right? Because they either negate that or they just don't know about it. You know?
They go to church hall, being more confused.
Huh? And then you gotta think too, the Apocrypha destroys, you know, it actually makes teaching the truth that much easier. Because it destroys, it completely destroys the notion that all people can make it. There are too many apocryphals, and that one scripture in 2 Ezra 6 and 54, somebody grab it. That cuts the cake. It also makes it clear that Esau Edom is still around. All right, because it says that Esau is the end of the world. That's also in the same chapter. All right, it destroys the virgin birth to prove that the Lord had a physical father who was of the tribe of Judah. That's how he's in the lands of David.
The Gentiles are his love.
Exactly.
It also proves more than how it was mentioned in the Old Testament. Because the Apocrypha is basically the Old Testament.
And Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So Hanukkah is only spoken about in the Apocrypha. So why do Jewish people celebrate Hanukkah? All right?
Maybe it shows the destruction of America.
Khan, in the 13th chapters of 2nd Ezra. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, and after these, Adam also, who thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right, so he just lets you know that all people came from Adam. We all did. You know, there was that one Benjamite song, One Blood. You know, it's a cool song, but that right. But that one blood, if you're talking about the 12 tribes, okay. But if you're trying to include all people, no, brother, that's not. Go ahead. There's a chosen people. Go ahead.
It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord. It says, because thou madest the world for our sake.
So the world was made for their sakes, our sakes. Everybody that's standing here right now, for the most part, at this moment, the world was made for our sakes. Okay, go ahead.
It says, as for the other people, which
For the other people, as for the other people,
it says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing,
they are nothing,
but be like unto spittle,
right?
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So they're less than a drop of water that fall from a vessel, man. Spittle, right? You know, when the guy, you got phlegm, inflammation, and you just shoot it out your nose, or you hawk it up and spit it out to get it out your body. They've been, who you call God has basically made equivalent of all those other people, all right, to spit. All right? That don't sound like a God that love everybody. You know, when that brother love spit, I love you.
I love it so
You know,
red stuff.
that ain't right. He was red as hell, too. Man, that dude was red. And he wore a white suit, which made him even redder. Showing you that the so-called white man is not white. All right? We had a life-size brother love man. And he always wore a white suit. And he was bright red like a damn Valentine's Day heart or something.
I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
Why is he so red? Right.
Right.
But you know, there's some, you know, there are a lot of Edomites that are actually red like that. Some a little more orangey or peach, you know.
Just like Jay, you got different shades of brown.
Yeah, they got different shades of red. You know, they got some really pale like Edomites that only turn red when they get cold, when they get embarrassed, they get slapped. And then you got those who just red all the time, like that dude.
Yeah, they like depression.
You can walk right by, it's okay.
This is verse 57. It says, and now, O Lord,
Book
behold,
of Esther, 14. Go ahead.
it says, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing, it says, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right, because Esther and Haman, we try to frame it just like to get on purpose and Elon,
God, look at the first one.
the purchase, man. Right, but he said, look, the hours, she said that y'all reported us nothing. And that's why the Esau took out the prophet. The prophet spilled all his lies.
Yes.
Right?
And and another thing that the Apocrypha does, another thing that the Apocrypha does too, is that it points out races in history. It gives you the time when Esau Edom came into power through Alexander, and then Alexander can be traced back to Esau Edom, right there in the Apocrypha. Right, you can trace his roots right back to Amalek. All right, they were Amalekites, and the Lord said He would have war with Amalek forever, basically, from generation to generation. Man. So in this last, who you think is ruling this current and present world, man? Amalek is he's the chief house of Edom. All right. Matter of fact, who's all the music producers and the producers of all the television showing your programming? So you're being programmed. So what's all the music about? Hey, majority of R&B songs today are about adultery. All right? The majority of hip-hop music today is about adultery. All right? The majority of it. Right? Or it's either about adultery, right, drug use, or harming your own people. You know? Sometimes all in one video. Dude, he sold drugs, shot his brother, and banged his neighbor's wife all in one video, man.
They wonder why they get shot.
Right.
Worship God. The woman out in the face. She can't do no wrong. Amos chapter 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of your house are upon the sinful people. I will restore you from off the face of the earth. Say me thou not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saying your house. Right? So the eyes, Yahweh eyes are upon these people, man. He's pissed off. And he wants to destroy them. He wants to burn. He's going to burn America off the globe, man. Right? But he's going to save the elect of Israel out of it, man. That's why we out here, man. To gather the elect whoever they are. Right? To gather the elect whoever they are, man. Right? Hopefully the elect. That's why we out here, man. We don't want to burn.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 17. It says, "Brother, be followers together of me and mark them which walk, so as ye have us for an example." So that was the original conversation. One of the original conversations we started off with the guy that came up with that. You know, that we are an example. Or we know that. Like, you know, these are the works that are declared. And this is the same example that we present to whoever's around us in our private life. It's us alone. It's to walk as Yahweh Shai did. Okay. The same way. Hey, that's how he was delivered. There's only one record of anybody being made perfect and being delivered off the face of this earth, and that man walks this way, man. You know, the more peaceful way. You know, he wasn't out there for face value. He sincerely did it out of the fear of Yahweh Shai.
And it was spiritual, like I said, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Fight is not.
It says, "For many walk of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weep." So you have to go to the contrary, man. You know, and then you got the t-shirt guys who was out here earlier, you know, in other different camps, and they walk a whole different direction. The difference that they say is that their name is Israel, man. They proclaim that they are Israelites and they teach the truth, which, hey, that's going to be made known at the end of the day who is doing the right thing. But also you have people that's in this world that don't listen to us because they walk the same course as us. They walk contrary to how we're supposed to be. Right? Which they celebrate what? The homosexual agenda, putting the woman on top. Alright, the woman can do no wrong. Right. Esau is God, king, priest. Alright? Listen to this man in every way. Go to college and fucking we're in the middle of economic crisis. Shit like that, man. It says, "For many walk of whom I have told you often, and now even I tell you weep." It says that they are enemies of the cross of Mashiach. So basically, these people have made themselves enemies, man. If only they would have had the fear to understand and not be an enemy of what the Lord is about to do in these last days, man. All right?
When he was talking about examples, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach." It says, "And the
have you seen that? Oh man, that brother, you know, he may be out there like this teaching, but he never said anything about being physical with anybody, man. He understands that the Most High is his weapon, you know.
Oh, y'all can walk
And that's the piece that we have. That if we follow this the same way the Lord is quick to judge the wicked, the same way He'll be quick to judge and stand on our side, man. And if we come against that, well, guess what? Well, then we've made ourselves enemies, and we have no profit in that, man. The Lord, He'll take vengeance on us as well, as Paul was writing.
That's why you can't get caught. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Because any parts of getting carnal, whether it be, you know, you get into a physical match, or you know, whether you're following your desires or your flesh, that which is ultimately what carnality is, to follow your own desire. Anything that's contrary to this word, you're going to go left, and the Lord said go right. You know, there's many different variables. I'm trying to break it down to you the proper way, but any way that you go and you're consumed by your own desires in this world, you're walking contrary according to how the Lord would have you. And in that's going to be your trap. You won't listen to wise counsel, man. Because attaining unto wise counsel is what's going to keep us from the latter end of destruction of these people, man. They're running into that and they don't care. They don't want to listen. They're not listening now.
It's Ephesians 6 and 12. It said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
So that's really where the fight is. You're wrestling the spirits that are pressing your flesh to do the wrong thing, man. All right? Which we have an example. We have the prophets. We have the scriptures. They tell you exactly what to do. You know, and then the rest you get to break down from a man of understanding, which is what the scriptures tell you what to do. So if you better read it, you understand everything that we're saying, man. You know, and we all understand, man. We always say it, man. The demons fuck with us every day. We just fight them. We ain't no different from nobody else except for the fact that the Lord gave us a spirit to help fight against this.
Paul said he died daily.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We get this right here. Sirach chapter 8, verse 1. Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. And that's what happened. You try to get carnal, man. That's happened to the Black Panthers and what's that? American Indian movement, AIM, and the rest of them. The rest of among our people, man. They try to get carnal, but they got crushed, man. Just like back in the day, man. Jake was trying to get carnal with the Romans back then. They got crushed, man. Right? The Romans was like a military machine. Really, they set up by Yahweh on the left hand side, man. Right? Because in ancient Rome, they would group their soldiers from among the farmers. You know, the farmers they were nice, they were built and strong. All those years because they were that husband that labor on the land and shit. Right? So anyway, it says, right now, but mighty man, lest thou fall to his hands, be not at that very little rich man, lest he overweigh thee, for he had gold struck. But anyway, all right, there it go, man. All right, you can't fight against Esau, man. Right? You can't fight against Esau being carnal. You got to do it on the spiritual side.
Well, can you fight against Esau using his blessing?
Right.
You know? And even though Jacob is all on the earth, the thing is that's his blessing and stuff, man. You know, and it's not just guns and stuff, it's any type of weapon that he creates, man.
I got the scripture. This is Romans 3 and 7. It says, for if the truth of the Most High hath more abounded through my life to his glory, why yet am I also judged as a sinner? It says, and not rather as we be slanderously reported, and as some affirm that we say that you're supposed to go out and do such things, man. You know, they'll come up like let you up here talking all manners of shit. Somebody can easily come up here and say, oh, so y'all guys, y'all planning to do this, right? You know?
Oh, y'all can walk
Somebody can easily come up and say what that lady was saying and mix with the same shit that guy was saying, talking about taking over parts and shit, and just be like, oh, so that's what y'all plan to do, right? So when we supposed to, you know, getting the weapons and shit like that, he easily just come up on camera and say some bullshit and try to act like he said a thing to be a false witness, man.
Right.
But that's not what we're about. You might got other councils pushing that fucking bullshit, man, talking like toting holes to camp and wearing vests. It ain't us. Them niggas gonna die right with that shit on, man. They don't understand that the Lord is really the one that's in control. Man. It says if I cover myself in darkness, the Lord is gonna shine a light to fucking reveal it, man. It says if I climb up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, thou art there, man. You can't hide from the Lord, man.
It's like if you rest of scripture, Sirach chapter 8. Be not a very rich man, lest he overweigh thee, overcome thee. me, and pervert the hearts go ahead and destroy me and pervert the hearts of me. Man. Right? You can't win against Esau, man. He got the military might, he got the monetary advantage and shit. He could get motherfuckers sell you out.
It says that he bears not the sword in vain.
Yeah.
So the fact that the Lord put, hey man, it's like the big boss. Nobody can really take out the big boss except for the big boss.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only person that's gonna be able to take out Esau, man. It's gonna be the Most High. Whether anybody wants to believe in that, yes, the Sky Daddy's gonna come take down the so-called white man.
Right.
Shit. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Yes, it's gonna be divine intervention, man.
It's a lot. You've been trying to do it for the last 400 years. You just keep failing. So y'all got a real. Hey, they got a real terrible record trying to take Esau down. They've been trying to take Esau down since 1492 and haven't prevailed. It's what 2021.
Right, the Lord
Right.
basically has Esau as fucking what's a raw ass chef. I'm gonna say, even though this nigga is a gypsy, man, that nigga's been a fucking Christian. He got all them fucking belts, you know. And some of them, you know, some of the matches he didn't. I'm gonna say some of the rounds he didn't win, because he really did win some of those matches. You know, Tyson Fury won all those fucking matches, and the other niggas just really a sore loser. And that's just in all honesty. But it's just like that. They don't show you. You know, that they had battles that they lost, but those battles don't mean shit. Cause guess what? He's still winning. You know, Esau may have lost some battles against Jake, but guess what? He's still in power, so that shows that he actually won the war. So the only person that's gonna be able to take this man down and win this next war is gonna be Howard Shot.
Psalms 37. Fret not thyself of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Right, man, don't get upset because this devil, this agents, 2/3 our people, the rest of the evils are possible, man. They about to go down. Alright? It says right here, for they shall soon be cut down like grass and withered as green herb, man. Right, as soon as this devil get his new world order, alright, it's gonna snatch away from quickly, man.
Where it said the Lord said I saw the wicked spread themselves like a green bay tree, man.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, that's how Esau spreads out his wickedness. He's steady pushing. He's trying to conquer the earth. But like the elder just read, soon it's gonna be cut off, man. It's gonna be as though that tree was never there. You ever seen a tree grow up from your youth and the next day you probably go back like a few years later,
Yes.
then it's fucking just gone.
My dumbass uncle cut down the fig tree. Yes.
Right?
He gave you free food. He had a tree full of figs, man. Big, thick, round ones. They were delicious. And this idiot cut them down. And you know what? The Lord cut them down.
It said right here, trust in Yahweh. Verse 3, trust in Yahweh and do good. So thou to dwell in the land, verily shall be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the signs. Let's go past. This love is cheese, but hey, we do this work. Alright, it says right here, it says, verse 3 said, trust in Yahweh and do good, so thou to dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee desires of thy heart. Commit thy way unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth the righteous as the light, and thy judgment as noonday. Rest in Yahweh, wait patiently for him, fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his way, because a man will bring wicked devices to pass. Alright? Cease from anger, forsake wrath, fret not thyself, and wise to do evil. Don't get carnal, man. Right? But Most High he's gonna bring us in this land, man. America will be destroyed. Alright? It says right here, Salah. Alright? So it says, verse 9, for evildoers should be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh, the patient and faithful the saints, like it said in Revelation 13, 9 and 10, shall inherit the earth, man. Alright? So there you go, man.
I got ready. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 16. It says, tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they have come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeruel. It says, you shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord Yahweh with you. So the Lord at this time had Jake come down just to catch the fucking enemy, not to even fight him. Just to see how he was going to show them that he was going to fuck up their enemies for them. So hey man, this is what's about to come to pass for us, man. We might be brought down to the point to where we ain't got no gun, no sword, no nothing. And the Lord just he sets up that standard right in front of our face.
He said he was going to make us a threshing instrument. So truth be said, we won't need no swords. Swords just gonna look cool as hell. But we're not really gonna need it, man. It's just for aesthetics. Right? So the Lord said they're gonna make us the thrashing instrument. So you wanna cut the concrete in half, cut the light pole in half, pick up the bus and throw it a block away. Whatever it is that the Lord grants you, man.
It's Isaiah 41:14. He says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel."
Thou word Jacob. Why? Because we don't got no military. We don't got no police. We ain't got no person system to be minister. All right? We don't got the heavy artillery that Esau got, all the people with weapons and everything. All right, that's what we call the military. The worm is liquid. The worm is so we had to do the worm is one of these gets around the water, gets right up there. So now we bring it out. Somebody get Jeremiah 50.
It says, I will help thee, save the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills chaff.
All they different. The Esau government, all the other heathen governments, they go to the elect in Israel where they are going to go
Make them small. So that line and what was that group? That rap group? They used to do the opening song for Dave Chappelle. Dead Presidents. That line when he said we're gonna run up in your city hall. Right. This is Jeremiah 51 and 19, and it reads, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms."
Right, so when the elect get their standards up, or in Isaiah 50:19, when the finger tree start rushing in, or brothers might be walking down the street, somebody try to jump, and guess what? They get those spiritual powers, man. All right, they gonna get that super seeing. All right, in this day, and the Lord gonna use the elect. Because they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be destroyed. We're gonna beat up their shit. So then we're gonna subject other nations. Man. We're gonna be snatching their asses out of the hole, like I said in Revelation chapter 6.
Time and jump down to verse 24. It says, "And I will render unto Babylon and to all inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight," saith Yahweh.
Right, so Yahweh is going to bring judgment upon the heathen nation. We're going to use what? We're going to use the sun, the mountain, we're going to use the elect, the Israel, and he's going to use the angels and the so-called rebels to blaze into those nations in total suggestion. All right? But it said, they the east, they going to the west. All right? That's why the Lord's right, man. I'll think about that.
All right, bring that out. Bring it out. This is Ezekiel 25 and verse 12, and it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh power, because the Edom have dealt against the house of Judah, are taken vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them."
Yep, and that's when he was coming out of Egypt, right? He asked the king of Edom, "Can we go to a sleep? Because we just want to go to the and he said no. And then also he was going another way. He came and attacked the old people, the young people, and that's the cowardice of Esau. He gonna attack a bunch of old people.
He said no just so he could do that heinous cowardly act.
Yeah, he broke the brotherly covenant. Right? He's supposed to be our brothers, man.
It says, "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman. They of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel." And that hasn't happened yet.
They ain't happened yet. Right? So we're not in the covenant. I don't see no Israel flying in the air and shooting laser.
Edom's still in power.
The Edom's still in
wear a face condom, right?
It don't work.
Pretty much. The condom with holes in it. It's a useless condom.
And with that face condom, you gotta take the STD. You gotta take the STD.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, man.
It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh power.
Yep. And that's how you know those people in 1948ers. That's how you know they love people. Because number one, they didn't get the spiritual upgrade, they got the spiritual upgrade.
They need the Iron Dome to protect them in America's welfare.
Yeah.
Get millions of welfare for military and weapons. They got some of the best weaponry. The 1948 is the small hatters, right? They rifles, their pistols, their sniper weapons. They got some of the best weaponry.
And when you say something against them, they run and hide and go up.
You're anti-Semite, right? You're anti-Semite. If you point them out.
And they had their enemies, which they don't people anyway. Their enemies, they don't get on suggestion. They hunt down like 100 old men that serve in World War II. Old ass men in wheelchairs. Oh, y'all Nazis.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Oh, you're going to stand trial.
Never again. That's their thing. That's their no. Yes again. You have no idea.
They don't also. You know what I'm saying? They not the children of Israel, but they done had a law implemented.
Yeah.
They didn't know that they never got judged.
Yeah. Just leave his old ass alone.
And that's why. And this is one of the main reasons why they take down our videos. They don't have to go do something horrendous, man. All they do is put us in the Bible, and they take down our videos all the time.
That's enough to do it to speak the truth.
Yeah, you can't say certain words no more. They cut the videos down. They cut the videos down just because they want to do it. You don't have to say it. Right? That's why they come to market, but they're going to go to market. I mean, that's what. They're going to make a trip back to the Lord. That's something.
Shall read Daniel 12. This is Daniel 12 and 1.
Yeah.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince withstanding for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even at the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
And that correlates with Jacob Trouble. It's going to be real trouble, man. But it said the scripture's blood going to be so high, like some horse burning.
Right, the horse's bridle is that thing in his mouth with the reins connected.
Yeah.
You can guide his head up and down, or sideways, or whatever. And that's usually sitting up about this high, man.
That high. And you got the scholars talking about, it ain't Jacob Trouble yet. Well, I ain't seen that yet. I ain't seen blood that's so high up in the air, dead bodies in the streets. So
And what it's telling you is that's going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And if you can't see that the beginning stages of that is set, then that's on you, man.
Hell, the woman, brother just brought out, the woman got raped from the hair. Like, hey, you want to see women get raped?
So you will walk right. You're gonna see men getting raped too. You're gonna see a chick bent over the hood of a car. All right, and her face gonna be hitting the windshield like this.
And her man gonna be right next to her.
Right.
They gonna be holding hands and shit.
Hey, like it's some Caligula shit.
Yeah.
So Caligula raped the man and his woman. You know?
And an ass, man.
He had them both bent over, right, and being held down by soldiers. All right.
So hey man, and then Maya Ka'ala, who is like power. He's an archangel, man. He's powerful. He's going to come to the rescue of the elect of Israel. All right. So we don't got nothing. Even though we die, we're gonna be bothered. Someone's gonna be bothered, but not being Esau. Esau, they ain't gonna get a open nose. It's gonna be a small number. Jordan's gonna get that standard. Even those get water, gonna be good. They're gonna be it's gonna be like a blink of an eye. All right. Time is different in the spiritual world. Right? In the spiritual world, 2 days pass. In our time, on this side, it's 2,000 years.
Yeah, it's sitting right. Exactly. And so if it's only 2 days in the spiritual world, or 2.5 days, you know, hey, the Lord is pissed, man. If somebody did something to you and it's only 2 days later, man, you mad as hell. You know?
So you got, he said that,
He said vengeance is in his heart, man.
Indignation. You got indignation.
first thing he does when he's appeared, he made sure that it was known that the two that touched him was going to see him. And you know how Jake said, I'm going to see you. Right. Hey, that's how you know, when you listen to the Lord say, they going to build up, but I'm going to throw down. Who talk like that? We talk just like our Father.
They said Isaiah 47, when you stop eating like that.
Right, pretty much. This is Revelation 1:7, and it reads, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. So all the nations of the world are going to wail in pain and in fear when he shows up, not in gladness. They're not going to be happy about it, okay? And them two Edomites that touched him, he coming to see them.
They here today.
He said, I'm going to see you. Right.
This is 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 21. He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Oh, yeah. And they touched all of us, and it's going to be a payment for that. And what you think Yahushua going to do to them two Edomites to put their hands on him in his dying moments, man? Take that. What do you think that he's going to do, man? And you know what, Yahuwah, I hope I get to see it, man. I hope I get to see it. I hope I be on that detail of duty when Revelation 19:27. Somebody read it. Luke 19:27. Whatever you got.
Pray to see it.
Yeah, I pray that I'm on that detail. When he says, bring them hither.
It's Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom and dyed garments from Bosra?
It's okay.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
So the Lord will fly with greatness and strength, man. Mighty, man. Right?
I have been speak in righteousness, I can say, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Right? So the question is being asked, why you got blood all over you? Right?
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Right. So hey, if I was treading grapes, it's gonna be grape juice all over my garment, man. All right. The preparing grapes of wine the old way is a very violent act to the grapes. All right. If you a grape, it ain't a good thing. That was the saying in the Marine Corps. They called your head grape, and your brains and stuff inside was the juice. And they would make references to your grape juice being all over the place. If certain weapons hit it, if you didn't train properly. Go ahead.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
So the Lord's so powerful, he's not going to really need no help. He's going to do all that on his own, man.
For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury.
But wait, the Lord don't love everybody?
I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury.
So he's comparing human life to grapes being trampled. All right? Look at it from the grapes perspective. Right? You're being stomped until your insides bust out of your skin. And then the rest of that gets stomped until it's flat, until it turns to juice. Read.
It said, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
He gonna stain all his raiment, man. He bringing it. All right? It's a wrap. The Lord is coming back in his power. He said he's not going to greet them as a man. This time he's not going to come back to someone that you can be. Even though he had the power to stop them from taking them then, but he willfully sacrificed himself. He ain't about to do that again.
For the good of the nation.
Right?
For the day of vengeance is in my heart.
It is in his mind, man. That's all he's thinking about. He's saying he thinking about it, man. You ever seen, when you got two fighters that have words and they got animosity, and the way they chomping at the bit, and they're in that cage and they pacing back and forth, they can't wait for the bell to ring. They all hyped up, they come out there to do the bump, and then they're ready to go. I know what that feels like, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't a nice feeling, man. All right?
For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is coming.
Yeah, the year of Israel. So when the Lord come back to smash on all these people, man, the redeemed is the time of the redeemed is here, man. All right. So it's a wrap for you other people. This is it, man. All right. As the sun is getting close to going down, the sun is going down on this empire, man. All right. The Esau's rulership, the hammer of the earth, and his teeth are being broken, man. All right. Matter of fact, you can find both of those, the broken teeth and the hammer of the earth. Did you read that Luke 19:27? Somebody grab that. Read out, brother.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me.
Now, I don't think I'm worthy, but I pray the Lord have allowed me to be on that detail, man. When he said bring them, somebody get brought before the Habashah to get brutally put to death. All right, and that don't sound like this loving God that Christians and Catholics try to say that He is. The Bible says something different, man. Wait.
It's on Psalms 58:10. It says, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked."
Hey, that's a part of my prayer every night now. That's in my prayer. All right? Because I'm in that spirit, man. I'm ready to go ahead. Yeah, you go right ahead. It's okay.
Verse 6. So verse 6.
It says, in Psalms 58. This Psalms 58:6. It says, break their teeth with power. How much y'all shy in their mouth? Break out the great teeth of the young lions who you out.
And that's what's about to happen, man. Biden was just admitted that there's going to have to be a war with Russia. Hand claps.
Yes.
He said there's no way, ain't no way around it, man. And you don't want it with the Russians, man. And he's talking about getting into it with Korea. I just watched a video, which I'm going to probably do a lesson on it, Yahweh Ratazak, with the Korean super soldiers, man. Hey, them dudes ain't messing around, man. When you look at the Koreans training and what they were putting on the display for Kim Jong-un, and man, these dudes were breaking bricks and with their hands, with their elbows, with their knees, hey, they were serious training, man. All kind of crazy mess that they were doing, man. These Korean super soldiers. These guys are nothing to be messed with. And don't be shocked if some of them be some of the shock troops that are put out on the highways and byways too. All right, when that time comes. There's going to be a lot of foreign soldiers on American soil. All right?
Jeremiah 50:22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Right? How's the hammer of the earth cut asunder and suddenly broken, man? You're looking at it. You got Chicago just lost half of its police force. In other major cities, you got whole sheriff departments that are not going to report to work. And you got sheriffs that are saying that they're not going to enforce mandates. You got state after state that are coming against what the president and his group is saying, man. Indiana being one of them. So this time, this upcoming Civil War, this upcoming Civil War, it's just not going to be the old Confederate states. It's about 5 or 6 other states joining to them now. All right? Because you got northern states that's going to be Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, Colorado, Indiana, Wisconsin. It's a lot of states that's going to be joined onto the South now. All right?
There was a book years ago. There was a book on this guy wrote a novel. It predicted the program Civil War Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
And that dude, Chris Hodges from RT, just wrote a book, something about how the sun's setting on the American Empire as the sun is setting. All right? Chris Hodges just wrote that book, and he is an American. All right, he is an American. And matter of fact, I say that video, I used it already. I'm gonna use it again. Yahweh Ratazah. The speech that he gave, he read an insert from his own book, and it was heavy, man. And he talked about basically a lot of stuff that we talk about: rape, robbery, murders, thievery, false history, cover-ups, mistreatment of people, and how he thinks that some sort of divine intervention is happening to where the payment is coming. Chris Hodges said that, roughly paraphrased. So I'm like, man, this dude been watching our videos or what, man?
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set Egyptians against Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. Alright? Don't get it twisted, man. The Civil War wasn't about freeing the slave. The Civil War about transfer from
It was basically the Civil War was the North trying to get the South to get on board with the New World Order at the time. They were trying to set up this new banking system, and the South being independent of their banking system when their money was backed by gold, and having a free slave labor force which enforced their wealth, was in the way of them making this universal banking system across the nation and across the world, basically. And so, in a nutshell, that's what it was all about. And they had to get, so freeing the slaves was a part of it, because Lincoln made statements that if he could have did this without freeing the slaves, he would have, right? But he had to break the power structure of the South in order for the good of the body, which was the American body, for the good of the country of America, all right? The slave owners being independent of them because of their slave labor, all right? So it wasn't that he was freeing the slaves because it was the humane and righteous thing to do. If that was the case, why take him 400 fucking years to do it? Right? But it was because the South was in the way of the new banking system that these Amalekites were trying to launch.
Guess what? You didn't protest when they told the so-called people to sit back in the walls and can't come to race months. He can't get certain work, or he can't own the land.
This dude's standing there with the police. You see that? He stood in front of the police, pointing at the police car like this. That's the spirit of what's about to happen, man. Look, man, I'm telling you, man, this shit about to go down, man. All right? Hey.
Hit the popcorn.
Hit the popcorn. You okay?
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? And that's what's happening right now. Right? You got Edomite fight, Edomites fighting, even 2/3 Jacob is the system, man. Put them two, man. They come against this system, man.
He did this dude stood in front of the police car where the police had to blast his horn and turn on the siren for a moment. And this guy standing there aiming with nothing in his hand. But the gesture he's making.
Oh, say that to 15,
you know?
16.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up after that. Yeah, you okay? It's all right. You don't have to do that.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men."
That just happened. That was part of sedition. And he doing this, all that. The sheriff not following the mandate, right?
Because you know there was a lot of cops would have took offense to that, got out and put the flops on him. There was a time he'd have got flopped for that, man.
Yep.
Like what? Nigga, I am the law. And it'd have been on film, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Alright, yeah, it's sedition happened, man. The cops, the sheriff don't follow the mandate, the cops shut down, say they're not gonna do their job, they're not gonna follow the mandate. Alright, everybody said F you with Jim Crow jumping. Alright, everything goes bananas, man. Right? You don't have to do
And it says, and invade one another.
innovate one, that's gonna happen. Hey, ain't no more damn food, man. Hey, those supply chains, those trucks, they not coming in, man.
Yes.
Alright?
Yes.
So cancel it out, man. Alright? If you not with your house set, you're gonna start
Or it would be more so if he's not with you.
if he's not with if he's not with you, you're gonna start with them, you're gonna get beat to death, shot to death, hacked to death,
Raped to death.
raped to death,
Start
they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yep, that's what.
So what we just saw in the middle of the street, it's gonna be real. Next time, he's not just gonna be pointing his empty hand. It's gonna be real. All right. Hey, so with that, man, we gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadah,
What about the ball?
Abba Ball,
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.